Karl Anthony Towns continues to prove why he is one of the better big men in the NBA. All that and much more on the Knicks Digest. What's up, guys? Let's get right into today's video. I know that's a new look with my glasses, but don't hate on me, okay? Anyways, going into today's game, the Knicks just finished absolutely destroying the Milwaukee Bucks by the score of 116-94. The big takeaway from tonight's game, obviously, is KAT. He finished the game with 32 points, finished the game with 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 of 8 from three-point line, 12 of 20 from field goals, 4 of 5 from free throws. Like, KAT had everything working tonight. He had Brook Lopez just looking absolutely lost on the defensive end. And this is what I like to see from KAT. I definitely like to see him mix it up. I've said since the beginning of the season that Karl Anthony Towns, if he takes anywhere between 5 to 8, maybe pushing to 9 3-pointers, that's a nice healthy diet for 3-pointers, because KAT seems to fall in love with the shot a little bit too much. Tonight he was 4 of 8, so he's just right there at the cusp of the healthy diet of 3-pointers that I said. He just had everything rolling tonight, man, and KAT looks really well. And when he's like under control, whenever he's under control and whenever you can tell that he's in a rhythm, he's 100% undoubtedly one of the better big men in the league. But with KAT, it's always this like, it's kind of this Jekyll and Hyde thing where he plays great, but then when he doesn't play good, he is like an abomination. So kudos to you, KAT, for carrying us today, leading us past the Milwaukee Bucks. But something that I definitely want to talk about Brunson. Brunson finished the game with 15 points. He was 6 of 14 from the field, 0 of 5 from three-point line, converting 3 of his 4 free throws, finishing the game with 2 rebounds and 9 assists. Like, Brunson is struggling. Brunson, I know last season, well, the first 2 seasons with the Knicks, this is kind of like his MO. Like, he struggles in the beginning part of the season. We've only had 8 games. Tonight we won, and now we're back at 500. So it's only 8 games, nothing to worry about. But one, just keep an eye on it, because we do need Brunson to eventually get the ball rolling. But the other part of it is, this is definitely a welcomed and positive sign for the Knicks, where Brunson is struggling, but we have... Look at the box score, just contributions from everybody. Mikal Bridges, 17 points. OG Anunoby, 14 points. I already talked about KAT. Josh Hart had 11 points, and he had 9 rebounds. Deuce McBride off the bench had 14 points. So everybody is contributing to the win tonight, which says a lot about the team. But like I said a little bit earlier, like Jalen Brunson, we 100% need him to get going. Sunday, we're going to be in Indiana, which is not going to be an easy game. So hopefully Jalen Brunson is able to get out of this little funk that he's been in. Also, I wanted to touch just a couple of points. I wasn't able to give my post-game analysis Monday against Houston and Wednesday in Atlanta. The biggest takeaway that I had was that we're relying a little bit too much on KAT. KAT is, right now, he's our defensive anchor with Mitchell Robinson being out and him not returning probably until early 2025. So that's January or February. So we're asking KAT to be a defensive anchor. So what does that entail? That entails KAT getting blocks, getting the rebounds, rotating on defensive schemes. Like, we're asking, and on top of that, we're asking KAT to be part of the 1-2 punch between him and Jalen Brunson. So if Jalen Brunson is having an off night, we need KAT to pick it up. If KAT is having a good game, we need him to keep that good game up. Like, we're asking so much of KAT, and this is why since the beginning of the season, he's been in foul trouble more times than not. So we're asking so much from KAT, and there are times where like KAT is just like the only one that's able to be out there in the lineup against other bigs that's able to get a rebound, and sometimes we're looking super small. That was one of my takeaways from the Atlanta game and the Houston Rockets game. Another takeaway I had was just, it's something that Chris and I have harped on, is just our depth, especially after the Dante and Julius Randle trade. Is just like, we need Deuce McBride to, like, it needs to be 100% Deuce contributing to the game every single game, every time Coach Tibbs puts him out there. And that puts a lot of pressure on Deuce. And I'm not trying to use that as an excuse, but it's just like Cam Payne is out with a hamstring injury. Precious is out with a hamstring injury. Tyler Kolek has broken into the rotation. Tyler Kolek is a rookie. The only reason why he's playing is because Cam Payne is out with a hamstring. Coach Tibbs doesn't play rookies. So Tyler Kolek is not in a position right now to contribute to the team. Like right now, he's really just being asked to just be a rotational player, just make the right play. We're not looking for him to score. We're not looking for him to make a huge impact on the game. But Deuce, on the other hand, he has obviously Tyler Kolek is a rookie and Deuce is not, so he has more experience. He knows the NBA flow of a game. So we're expecting Deuce to come off the bench, and he has the green light. But we need him to be like a microwave Vinnie Johnson type off the bench. And hopefully, so far, Deuce has been okay. Monday in Houston, he's had a horrible game, but Wednesday against the Hawks, he picked it back up. Tonight, like I said earlier, he had a good game, 14 points, 5 of 11 from the field, 2 of 6 from three-point line. So those are my two takeaways from Monday and Wednesday's game against the Rockets and the Atlanta Hawks. We're asking a lot of KAT, and our depth is going to be something we got to keep an eye on. But if I could give my 2 cents on the Milwaukee Bucks, man, yo, they are just, and I don't know what is 2-7 right now. 2-7 with Giannis and Dame as the 2 best players on the team. That is absolutely ridiculous. Like, they played 9 games. They played 1 more game than the Knicks, so it's way too early to make a bold proclamation, but yo, they might be cooked, bro. They might be cooked. Just the way that they were playing, the combo between Dame and Giannis, it doesn't look like they want to play with each other. And it doesn't look like it looks like it's a your turn, my turn situation. It doesn't look like they build this camaraderie. It doesn't look like they're even trying to. Like, I really don't like what I see from the Milwaukee Bucks. And, I mean, obviously I want the Knicks to come out of the East. But when you have a talent of Giannis Antetokounmpo, tonight he finished the game with 24 points, 11 of 21 from the field. He took 1 3-pointer, which he missed, 2 of 6 from the free throw line. Like, when you have a talent of Giannis, like, Joker's going through it right now. Like, the Nuggets they're in a bit of a hole as well. Like, the talent that they have surrounding their best players is interesting. The Denver Nuggets, right now, they're depending on Christian Brown, Strother. They're depending on a lot of players that are like, this is kind of their first time being in the limelight. The Milwaukee Bucks, the guy's last name is Jackson. He replaced Gary Trent Jr. in the starting lineup. I think it was because Gary Trent Jr. has an injury, but I don't know. Maybe it's also something that Doc sees. But man, the Milwaukee Bucks, sheesh. Thank God I'm not a Milwaukee Buck fan. Thank God this is not a Milwaukee YouTube channel. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with the Milwaukee Bucks for the remainder of the season. Now, before I wrap up the video, one thing that I want to talk about is after watching Monday's and Wednesday's game, yeah, I gave you my 2 biggest takeaways from those 2 games. But along with tonight's game, I think moving forward, our expectations, I guess the best way of saying it is we might have to simmer it a little bit, simmer down, because without Mitchell Robinson in the lineup, KAT playing the 5, asking him to do so much, him not being a 5, being a power forward is his natural position. I think moving forward, up until Mitch comes back, I think the expectation for this Knicks teams and from Knicks fans is be around 500. Be around 500 or be a little bit better than 500, because once Mitch gets back, that responsibility that's going to be taken off of KAT's shoulders, I feel like it's going to have a really big impact. And hopefully Mitch is going to be able to come back and stay in the lineup without any other injuries, which is going to free up so much for KAT. And we're going to see the dividend that's going to be paying off for KAT going into the playoffs is going to be immense for the Knicks. So after Monday and Wednesday's game, including tonight's game, I think just moving forward, like, we're going to have some good games where KAT's looking great, or Jalen Brunson, or both of them. And then we're going to have games where KAT's fouling out. KAT has 5 fouls going into the 4th quarter. Like, there's just going to be times where we're going to look great and we're going to look pretty, like, disappointing. And I think that is where we can't freak out, because we just have to remind ourselves that we have players that are out. Mitch is going to be out for until 2025. The hamstring boys, Precious and Campaign. Like, we're dealing with stuff that is going to take us time to acclimate to, and we're not going to see this team at full strength until probably March, honestly. So if we could keep it around 500 or a little better than 500, then I think that'll be good for this team. But guys, those are my thoughts for tonight's game against the Milwaukee Bucks. Leave it in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about the Knicks outing against the Milwaukee Bucks. Let me know what you guys think about KAT's play. Amazing play for tonight against the Milwaukee Bucks. But until next time, you guys know the drill. You know the vibes. Jalen Brunson for MVP. Yo, Brunson, we need you to pick it up, baby. We got the W tonight. We loved how you played. You got everybody involved. We weren't relying on you as much. So kudos to you for using your basketball IQ, but we do need you to get rolling, baby. Jalen Brunson for the MVP. Deuce is loose for co-MVP. Mikal Bridges for Defensive Player of the Year. Taj Gibson for President, even though you're not a New York Knickerbocker. And until next time, I'll check you guys out on the next video. Peace.